Hello everyone, welcome back to another Eurohoops Lockdown episode. My name is Dionis Arvadinos, I'm Eurohoops' Instagram editor. Today we're going to have another special guest here with us in EuroLeague MVP last year's Jan Vesely. We're going to talk about the EuroLeague season, his career in general, starting from the Czech Republic, moving to Serbia obviously, and then playing with Fenerbahce. Let me check if Jan is here.
Hey.
Jan, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
How are you?
I'm good. Just relaxing. Baby sleeping now, so
Yeah.
there's some time.
Nice. Where are you now?
At home in Istanbul still.
Nice. How are you dealing with everything that's going on right now with the coronavirus and the situation?
To be honest, now it's getting a little bit annoying because it's been now, and pretty much every game is the same. So it's getting on your head a little bit. Trying to find new things to do.
Yeah.
And then not easy, to be honest.
Yeah. What does your daily schedule look like now that you have a son?
We are lucky. We have a long hallway, so we can run sprints in the hallway.
Yeah.
So and this is all day. He wakes up at 7. So we try to play with him. Try to entertain him some new things to do. Some stuff that he can go through. Jump over, something like that. That's pretty much it. We went from cooking all the stuff to go back to the diet and back to the diet. So now we are back on diet. Eating trying to eat healthier stuff, and now that cooking took us at least 3 hours a day. So that's we have to find some new things. So, but workouts, and that's it. Everything that we can do at home, I'm trying to do.
Basketball wise, are you working out, staying in shape?
Basketball wise, yes. When the quarantine started, I bought a treadmill, so I'm running on a treadmill. I'm doing, I cannot say lifting, but because I don't have a gym, but I do some exercises, core stuff. I'm trying to stay in shape that to prevent, let's say, possible injuries after that.
Yeah. Would you like to see EuroLeague return? What's your gut feeling on what will happen this year?
I would love to play basketball, but I don't think it's possible that the health wise and I don't know. I not even health wise, just to feel comfortable, that it's still not over in the world. To keep playing, I don't know. I don't think that everybody would feel comfortable, to be 100% focused on job that has to be done. Everybody would have in mind, just to something is going on outside this arena, and I don't think it will be really safe.
Yeah. We'll talk about the EuroLeague season and Fenerbahce obviously later on. First, I wanna take you back. I wanna take you back in time to your childhood days. Obviously, for those who don't know, you come from an athletic background. Your whole family played sports. Your dad and your sister played basketball. Your mother was a former volleyball player. When did you fall in love with the game of basketball? And talk to me about growing up and loving sports in general.
I didn't have a choice to play volleyball, as my mom would love to me to play volleyball. But we are in a small town in Czech Republic, close to Ostrava, which is not even town; it's like a village, and there was only a basketball team, and so that's why me and my sister started playing basketball. And my father, after that, he went to Ostrava to coach, young teams, and he said he was talking to the head coach, and he said like, "Yo, come if you want, you can come and try practice." I was, I think 12 that time or 11. So I was going there, to practice, and I like the sport.
Yeah.
Back then, but I never thought of it. I would be, professional.
Yeah.
I like to, be with the guys, play and have fun with it. That's was pretty much.
Yeah. So at first you thought of it as a hobby only.
Yes. I mean, and okay, we are from a village, and I had 7 cousins in my village, and we all lived on one land. We had 3 houses. And so we had all fun, outside. We played in the forest. We played football. We played all kind of stuff outside. So I know it was another hobby that I didn't do with my cousins.
When did you make that switch and said I can do this for a living and I can play professional basketball?
I think when I was 16, when my coach in Ostrava, he told me that he cannot give me anything else. That I should go, somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That was possibility, to go to Slovenia, to go to Spain and stuff like that. So that was the moment. He said, "Hey, I have nothing to offer you here. You can stay on the same level, or you can go somewhere else and grow more." So I mean, yeah, that was lucky. It was easier with my parents. That. They were professional sports people.
Yeah.
So they understood, what does it take, to go. So the decision was easy. I went to Slovenia, when I was 16. It was pretty early.
Yeah. What do you remember from that day, and what was that from that year actually, and what was that whole experience like for you? Leaving your country for the first time and going to another country to pursue your basketball dream.
To be honest, it was not easy at all because, my parents had jobs, and they had my sister. She was 10 years old, at the moment. So I went there alone, speaking no English, speaking no Slovenian.
Wow.
So I had to, talk with the teammates and with the coach by, let's say, hands and legs, how we say it in our country. And so it was not easy, but they were very, supportive, and they really accepted me, as I was one of them. I'm not foreigner and stuff like that. So that was very, very helpful. And actually, first year when I was there, I couldn't play because of FIBA regulations. That I was 16, I was not 18 yet, and it was not easy to go.
Yeah.
And I was the first one actually to go from Czech Republic outside of Czech Republic for practice. So there was rules that I couldn't play. So one year I was actually sitting, I was just practicing and playing for school. And I was just seeing the games of the junior team and just seeing them. And before the game I was practicing and then watch the game and stuff like that. So next year I was playing. So basically I was there 1 year and a half, almost 2 years. But all the experience, was great. I learned a little bit of English. I learned Slovenian.
Yeah.
That I could, speak a little bit and understand. So it was great. I mean, I had a coach there, Miro Alilovic. That I'm still in touch with him. We are very close friends right now, and that was very helpful. This time.
Yeah, and basketball-wise, you also improved, and then you got your shot at Partizan. You signed a multi-year deal. During those years, you won pretty much everything in Serbia. You won the ABA League, you won the Serbian League, the Serbian Cup. In 2010, you also made it to the Final Four, EuroLeague's Final Four. Overall, how was that experience playing in Partizan, and what are some of your fondest moments from your time there?
I mean, I came there when I was 18 until I was 21, so that was the best years of my career, and that was all the experience, not only the basketball, but also life in Serbia in general. People really accepted me, as like I said before in Slovenia, as their own. They didn't look at foreigner. And I remember first day I came to locker room, and Pera Božić, I captain of Partizan. He asked me, I started to talk to him in English. He said, "No,
Mm-hmm.
you speak English here. You have to speak Serbian." And I spoke a little bit of Slovenian, so first 2 months they were joking, they was making fun of me that I speak in Slovenian.
Yeah.
But the transition, from Slovenian to Serbian language for me was, was easy. So it took me 3-4 months, to speak a little, Serbian, and then I understood everything. Then now I speak fluent because also my wife is Serbian, so the time was there, great. Like you said, the the trophies, the winning and stuff like that was great. I have a lot of friends in Serbia. In my summertime, I live between Czech Republic and Serbia, so
Yeah.
I love coming back. And like I said, those 3 years there was amazing to be.
Since you were so young, in fact, you played from 18 to 21, as you mentioned. What do you remember from the Partizan and the Red Star rivalry? How did you approach these games when you played against them?
I loved those games, to be honest. Okay, my first derby, it was not. I was, surprised. I was like, "What is happening? Why they hate each other so much?"
Yeah.
But that's that part, grew with me, and I loved playing these games. You get, I don't know, you get extra motivated, for this game because you know how important it is for your fans to win this game. And now my best friend there, and now best man at the wedding, he's Red Star fan, and we had so much fun, with it, before the day before the game, we didn't speak to each other, we were just cursing each other like we are enemies, and then the game finished, it's like we can hug each other, whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's great, it's fun. It's great to play those games. It's always tension. It's not easy games. Whatever if one team has a good roster, the other team that year doesn't. It's still it's not easy. You have to be focused. For 40 minutes more than.
Yeah.
So I love it. I love.
Pokusevsky is in the comments and he's asking about the NBA. We'll get to that later. First, I wanna ask you a couple of more questions about your time in Partizan. Obviously, you mentioned the Red Star. These games, you were a fan favorite during your time in Partizan. Do you have any crazy Partizan fun stories you can share with us? Because after all, they also had just like Fener a couple of chants about you.
Crazy fan stories. I don't know, but like in general, these 3 years, we were dominant, and we won all the trophies in Balkan. So that was, like everywhere you go, everywhere there is somebody of our fans. They were going crazy. They were saying, bravo and stuff like that. Like crazy stories. For me, I don't know. I think I know that for Bogdan's birthday, that was something happened with the fires and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Crazy story with this one. My last game in Partizan. This is, I think, only the crazy story of me and Partizan fan.
I mentioned the fact that when you were in your second year, I think you qualified to EuroLeague's Final Four. What do you remember from that semi-final against the Olympiacos, and that shot when Milos Theodosic airballed the game-time shot, and then Josh Childress tied the game at the buzzer, and you eventually lost in overtime. Do you still think about that play?
I think about this play when I'm with Kostas.
Yeah.
We talk about this, and And he actually told me when, like, there was the third time we talked about it, he told me that that was not even the play that was drawn on the timeout, to take.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I still see it, I was under the basket,
Yeah.
boxing out, and I see this, like, if the ball touched the rim a little bit, we would get the rebound and we would won, but, it was
Yeah.
Josh Childers, scored a
Mm-hmm.
it was painful, but again, we lost both games in overtime, which is, amazing success for a team, coming with a
Yeah.
small budget and a young team. So, I mean, it was amazing experience.
Yeah.
Even go to.
Mm-hmm. The NBA was the next chapter of your life. You were drafted very high, sixth overall by the Wizards. First of all, can you take me back to draft night? What was that whole experience like for you? Was it a dream come true?
Of course, I mean, like I said before, I didn't think about basketball, being
Yeah.
professional and stuff like that when I was young. But when I got to Serbia, Slovenia, then okay, in Serbia more, then I knew that I can be, I was starting in the EuroLeague team, so great. So I understood, that one day, I could make it to the NBA, which I did. The experience, being drafted, it's for sure a dream come true for everybody. If you are small, then you think, you dream about this, or you dream about it when you are 17, and
Yeah.
but for everybody, dream, and I was happy, that I got drafted, and it was experience. So not great, but I'm happy that part of it.
Yeah. What challenges did you face in your time in the NBA, on and off the court?
It was, it was a weird year. I was drafted, and the year was a lockout.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was so fast the first year. We played basically 4 months, and everything was a shock, for me, and I don't think I was, ready, uh, to be, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a shock, that was what is happening. But also the team was, rebuilding, and the situations in the team was, not good.
Mm-hmm.
All these factors, played. I don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah. Yeah. The transition wasn't easy, I imagine, from European basketball to the NBA style of play.
For sure. Okay, I came from Partizan, which is, a team that gives young players, chance to play. Then I went to the NBA, which is totally different structure and
Yeah.
totally different basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I have a theory that for a player like me, it's better to be drafted, let's say, I don't know, 20 something,
Mm-hmm.
first round. Then
Mm-hmm.
to the you go to the team that has more structure. Like first round pick, okay, LeBron James, skilled and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't skilled that I can of something. I need my teammates to play. And I think for me it was it was great that I was sixth pick, but I think
Yeah.
for a player like me,
Mm-hmm. Would you consider an NBA return in the future? Is it something that's on your bucket list still, or no?
I mean, I never closed the door on it. I would love to go back to the NBA. The thing is, if the possibility is right, the situation is right. Like I said, I need teammates. I need somebody,
Yeah.
to play with. I mean, when the opportunity is right, I would, but I'm happy right now. Then we'll see what happens, in next years, months.
Mm-hmm. In 2014, you signed your first contract with Fenerbahce. first of all, how did Fener come in that mix that summer? And did you consider any other EuroLeague offers or NBA offers you had at the time?
To be honest, after my second year in the NBA, there was a summer league in Vegas, and Jacob was 1 year on 1 year holiday from college.
Yeah.
And he was coming to Fenerbahce, and he, I remember him. He was with Nemanja Bjelica on the phone when I met when the lobby for hotel, and you know we had a coffee. We sit with him a little bit, and he was like, hey, "Coming to Europe anytime soon?" I was like, "I mean, I have a 1 year contract, but I mean, whenever I would like to, you know, come play for you." So basically, we didn't, but talked about it the summer before with Jaco, and you know that's also one of the reasons, you know, how what kind of relationship we have.
Yeah.
Trust each other, and so that's pretty much it. I mean, I didn't consider any offers. Okay, I had some offers or talks that I would sign 1 year deal in, which I wasn't comfortable with. So I was for, you know, years.
Yeah. So obviously this is your 6th year in Istanbul. First of all, when you signed that first contract, did you actually thought of staying for so many years in Turkey?
No, my idea of staying in Fenerbahce was, okay, 1-2 years, 2 years max.
Yeah.
I will stay here, you know, I will again develop my game a little bit, and you know, get confidence back, and go back to the NBA. But that was in the past, and now I'm already on my 6th year, and I don't know what happened, but you know, I'm loving it here. So for now, it's okay.
So knowing that every summer you received NBA offers, I'd like to ask you first of all why you turned them down, and then what motivated you to stay with Fenerbahce?
What motivated me here? Okay, first extension was to motivate me to stay and win EuroLeague. That was one of the main reasons. They turned down offer. There was never offer that we were in talks of negotiating so much about, you know, contract and situation. So there was no like, I had the 2 offers on the table and I turned them down. It was never like this. There was like talks, but you know, nothing never So I mean, I decided, you know, to resign here and stay here.
Since you won so many individual accolades and you know, team titles with Fenerbahce, what are some of your favorite moments from your time in Istanbul?
Okay, well, the best moment in Istanbul is, you know, to win in EuroLeague in Istanbul. You know, that was, you know, unbelievable success. You know, for not only for us as players, but it was, you know, for the team, for the country. You know, that was amazing. You know, and amazing was, you know, also the atmosphere in the arena, the atmosphere after that. You know, everywhere you go, you know, people are going crazy, you know, that we won the EuroLeague. So that was, you know, number one moment, you know. A lot of moments, you know, but
yeah, these 2 years from 2015 to 2017, you played next to Ekpe Judo. You were arguably the best front court duo in Europe. How did you manage to have such a great chemistry with him on the court and off the court? And what can you say about him?
To be honest, we had we are similar players. You know, nobody of us had a 3-point range, and so we had to find understanding on the court about, you know, how we're gonna play together, because, you know, we want to play, I don't know, 30 minutes a game, and you know, there's 40-minute game, so we find this. So we adapted, you know, our game, you know, be, you know, passing to each other. You know, I was going behind his back, goal post, or when I roll, you know, he was there somewhere. So I knew that he was like one of us was on the right spot. You know, he liked to share the ball. You know, like throwing alley oops. You know,
Yeah.
ball on the weak side and stuff. So that was great understanding. So I think, you know, we found understanding, you know, in how we want to play to win the games, with being one of us, you know, 3-point shooter. So I mean, it worked pretty well. You know, it was great. You know, off the court, you know, he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes he was moody, but you know, that's everybody's moody. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, we didn't hang out off the court so much. You know, we had dinners a couple times or but I mean, like if you understand each other on the court, I mean, come as a professional. I know I'm saying all the time that the friendly court helps you, you know, be on the court, but in some situations I don't. And in that situation, you know, we found a balance and working very well.
Yeah. The next question, I saw it in the comments as well, and I had written it down also. So obviously in the 2016 EuroLeague final, you shot 1 of 10 from the free throw line. You guys lost obviously to CSKA Moscow that year. How did that affect you mentally, and how did it motivate you to work on your free throws and get better from the charity line? Because obviously since then you've had a tremendous improvement.
To be honest, I mean, I didn't feel well, you know, after that, and I was very disappointed, you know, and I was very sad. And I remember, you know, Željko was telling me in one before practice or something like that. He to me is like, if you shoot 20-0, I would still, you know, trust you. You do a lot of different things that helps the team, which, you know, again, you know, gave me confidence and gave me, you know, understanding that he trusts me in this, what I do. So my only thing that I can go, you know, to the gym and, you know, work in the summer and try to focus on the one thing that, let's say, it's hurt the most. And, you know, I did that, you know, and now I feel, you know, comfortable stepping on the line, and that help us. That's helping us a lot.
What did working on your free throws include? Did you change anything in particular, or was it the same ritual you did every time?
To be honest, you know, this process started, you know, when I to Fenerbahce, and I was working, you know, with Bata Zimunic, our strength coach, and he was, you know, he was coaching Peja Stojakovic in back in the days, you know, in the summers, and you know, we were focusing. It was like, hey, change your elbow, change your something. This was not. It was a little things, you know. It was mental stuff, you know, just to focus on one thing. Let's say, okay, let's shoot the ball just to go to straight, so you don't miss it. Like, then it took us, I don't know how many months, you know, to just shooting out of 100. You know, let's say I would miss 3 left and right. And so we were focusing, you know, to miss short or long. That was this. But the most thing, you know, it was mental thing, you know, just one thing, you know, what I'm supposed to do, and you know, do it, and still I'm still there like, quick. If I go, remember, you know, okay, I want to go straight. So it's not about, you know, your elbow is. I don't. That. There was just, you know, the mental time focusing on particular stuff, and that worked for me.
Let's talk a little bit about this year, because obviously you guys as a team had your ups and downs this season. What challenges did the team face, in your opinion, and what do you think went wrong?
I don't know. I mean, we were you know, great team many years. So I think someday, the bump has to come. So I guess, it's a bump on the road, but I mean, that we didn't play. Okay, we played some more minutes in the game. We played better, but again, it was not disaster. And I think also injury that I wasn't all summer. I was trying to recover, and
Yeah.
in the summer ready for to be 120% to go like I was, let's say, last year. And that also, I think maybe try to do thing. I'll be 100%, and I still have discomfort. So that maybe plays a role because you're making a roster of 12 players, not counting on everybody. And wasn't 100% healthy.
Yeah.
When I'm healthy, when my legs are fine, the rest of it will come. When your legs doesn't, it's dead. So, but we were pretty well good.
Yeah.
And no, this situation, stopped us. But who knows what will happen?
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about your recovery process, your recovery process from your knee injury. And if I'm not mistaken, 2 or 3 months before you suffered your knee injury, your son Liam was born. How did becoming a father help you with the process of rehabbing from your injury?
To be honest, I think this is we talk about it with my wife all the time that this is the best thing that could happen.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I mean, I think I would go crazy, to do the rehab and home, and you don't know what to do. Like this, you come, and you don't need to talk about rehab or home and you're playing with him, or even if he's just bang, just stare at him, how he's doing nothing.
Yeah.
But it helped me a lot. Because we made schedule sleep, and I was sleeping with him at night. I just wake her up to breastfeed him, and it was I felt like I'm really doing something with the baby, because most of the time when when it's going, you not keep your schedule. The schedule is yours, and then you adapt to your schedule. So you have to sleep at night, wake up before the games, or 2 days before the game. You have to
Yeah.
be rested for that. So I mean, it helped me to just take my mind off what is going on, and it was great.
Yeah, he already is a fan favorite in Fenerbahce and the fans. The fans are already.
Our favorite too.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Our favorite too, man. This is.
Yeah, the fans are already making plans about him playing in Fenerbahce in 2040. Would you like to see him grow up and carry on the family tradition of becoming a basketball player?
To be honest, I don't. That I will be pushing him.
Yeah.
To just decide whatever he wants to do in his life. Of course, because he's around basketball, he'll be around basketball that he'll understand. But just whatever he wants. I mean, I would him. I mean, sport is not easy, to be honest. Like, you cannot say tomorrow I'm going for a 2-day vacation. It's. I watched, The Last Dance, and Dennis Rodman disappearing.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. Yeah.
Wrestling, you cannot do that. Okay, one player out of a million can do it, obviously.
Yeah.
And so you don't have, that you have 1 month in the summer, and then again you have to be, thinking about, how you're gonna play next year. You cannot go away. I want to go to see my family in the middle. So it's not easy, this, but I mean, I would like to play basketball or whatever sport, but it's his decision. I'll be not forcing him. I will not be one of the crazy you have to play basketball 5 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doing practices 10 hours a day and stuff like that. So, I mean, I hope I'll not be like this.
Yeah. If it happens, it happens.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You yourself are also a fan favorite in Fenerbahce's fan base. How would you describe your relationship with the fans?
I mean, yeah, the fans are crazy, amazing, making crazy atmosphere. I am crazy on the court. You know, when I stepped on the court, I mean, I go crazy, really. I love it here. And I think if I didn't play in Partizan, I understand that, you know, that I think I picked it up in Serbia, and then I just
Yeah.
did this as part of my mentality. So, you know, when I stepped on the court, you know, I'm sometimes, you know, I'm even fighting with the fans, you know, like, why are you not screaming louder? Or like sometimes, you know, like, it's fourth quarter and they start singing my name and it's still, you know, 4 minutes to go and I just want to, hey, calm down, calm down.
Yeah.
Let's sing after everybody and let's cheer for the team, you know, let's keep us pushing. So I mean, I'm enjoying, you know, these games, and atmosphere here in this arena is, you know, amazing. So.
Last year, you signed a contract extension with Fener. What are your future plans? Would you see yourself staying in Istanbul for many years and possibly retiring there?
That's always an option. I mean, I joke, time, you know, we have to retire our jerseys, you know, because we are here. He's 7th year, so I mean, of course, if there is a possibility, you know, to stay here and retire, why not? But like we talked before, if there's opportunity to go to the, why not?
Yeah. Kostas Loukas, your teammate, recently said that he will stay at Fenerbahce for as long as Coach Obradovic is there. If Coach Obradovic in fact leaves, would you see yourself exploring other options and possibly leaving the team as well?
To be honest, I never thought of it like Costa did. I mean, I came here because of Željko, and I would like to, you know, continue to play for him if possible. But, you know, if I will not go okay because of him, I will go and explore other options. I don't think so. I mean, I would love, you know, if you would stay here, but, you know, that's his decision, and we will see. And I mean, if I explore the options, I will explore it because of me, and to see, you know, what can I do in my career, in the next step of my career. But now I'm here, and we'll see, you know, what's going to happen this week with Euroleague. And
yeah. What role has Coach Obradovic played in your career, and what's your relationship with him like?
Amazing role, you know. After the 3 years in NBA, he chance, you know, to play again and to love basketball again, and he gave me confidence back. You know, that's I'm very grateful to him for that. And our relationship, you know, we have, you know, we can talk to each other, you know, openly, even, you know, if there is not a good idea to talking about anything. So, I mean, I don't have a problem to get in a fight, let's say, for something. You know, many times happened on the court that he's cursing back, which is not good. But you know, the atmosphere, you know, takes you on this path. So things happen during the game, and after the game, you know, we are aware of all of that would happen. You know.
Yeah.
I do this, you know, I immediately come before we come to the locker room, I know, I say, hey, coach, sorry for that. He's like, no, like, I totally understand and stuff. So it's very, you know, open, let's say, relationship. We trust each other, you know, on the court.
You obviously have played for great coaches over the years, and you've had some great teammates. Can you give me your best 5 teammates you've ever had in Fener?
That's five. Okay, I have to say Bogdanovic.
Yeah.
Okay, we were in Partizan together. We were here 3 years, and the relationship we had, it was great, So him, Kostas, my Greek brother.
Yeah.
So with him also I have great relationship off and on the court. I would have to say Marko Guduric. He was very short period of time here but again, must be that he's Serbian, and let's say I'm half Serbian about this.
Yeah.
Connected, So him, okay, with Nelly, Mamotoglu, I'm here forever. It's also, with him. And the fifth, I would say, Ahmed, Duverioglu. Him, it was, if you play the same position, but, he loves to, learn, he likes to listen out the court, he will help you out with anything, you need. So, we have...
If you could bring back one former teammate to Fenerbahce's current roster, who would it be?
I would bring Bogdan for sure.
Then a final question about the EuroLeague, and then we'll get to the Czech national team and some rapid-fire questions. EuroLeague obviously recently named the All-Decade team. Did it bother you that you weren't selected?
To be honest, not at all, because I think that there are many players that could be selected. So even so, I don't think. It's an honor to be selected as a nominee. For things I've done, in EuroLeague and so many years. So I'm happy, to be in conversation, about.
Yeah.
But it doesn't bother me because I don't believe that I deserve to be in the top 10.
Let's talk a little bit finally about the Czech national team. Obviously, last year you couldn't help the team due to your injury. But what did you make of their run in the FIBA World Cup in China?
To be honest, this is the first time I was watching basketball in the summer. I never watch anything in the summer.
Yeah.
I don't watch anything in general. I don't watch basketball in general. So, I was watching really game, and I really enjoyed how they played and how they really surprised everybody, because I don't think nobody expected it from them to go this far. But I know the atmosphere in the team and the relationship with the players. And they just like to be around themselves, just to hang out together, off the court, and then for easy, if players go and sit, and drink one beer, and then they go home, they go back to hotel. You talk about stuff, you talk about basketball, you talk about stupid things, and you go and you have fun, and then you come on the court and you just have the same.
Yeah.
I know that helped a lot, to this.
What does the future look like for the team with you being on it, of course?
I don't know. we have the Olympic qualifications next year. Year after that, we have Eurobasket.
Yeah.
So everything is far and everything is questioned now with this situation. But I'm looking forward. Every summer I like to play. Many times I didn't play. Okay, not many times, but I didn't play a couple of years, and I have my reasons. So I'm looking forward, to play and to be part of the team, and I really enjoy, this. Like I said before, the atmosphere there, great. It's a lot of fun. You are 1 month in preparations. It's fun. Like every day is fun.
And then finally, because we have 10 minutes left, because then Instagram has a policy of a 1 hour Instagram live, so we have 10 minutes left. let's go quickly through some rapid-fire questions. I asked you about your best 5 teammates, the 5 toughest opponents you've ever faced in the EuroLeague.
You mean teams or players?
Players.
Players. Okay, I have to put Brian Dunstan #1. He's strong, big, and very agile and quick. I would say Eddie Tavares, for his size, how he moves well. I played with the top player, and they didn't move this well. I would say Gustavo Ayon. That's 3. I would have to say also Chris Singleton. He's not. He wants to, fight. He wants to play physical. It's not easy to play against him also. And for me also, I would say Gudaitis and Tarczewski from Milan. Strong guys and physical.
Who was your funniest teammate?
Funniest teammate, Bobby Dixon. There is Bobby Dixon and there is everybody else.
Really?
Down, I mean, me and him also, we have a relationship, we all trash talk each other on the court, just to have the rhythm going, so everybody, feels different, than, just to be like this focused. So so it's so much fun, with him, it's, I really believe he's like a basketball Kevin Hart.
Do you have any stories with him from like practices or off the court?
Yeah.
Funny stories.
Recent one I have when I got back from my injury. I think my second practice, and I switched to pick and roll and I switched on him, and I really go very low in my stance, and he's trying to do every time I switch on him, he's trying to do this the crossovers that doesn't work. Yeah. I'm very long, and he's trying to do crossover spin and stuff. And he's still in the same spot. And he turned the ball again. He was on the sideline, so he turned off the ball, and because he was laughing what I was talking to him already during I was playing the defense. Oh, come on, I will get you. So he turned on the ball, and he's lost the balance. I pushed him off the bounce and ran to the offense, and he's laying down in out of bounds, and he's laughing. Željko is laughing, which not many times, practices that but it was those kind of things. It's funny, just to talk and stuff.
Yeah. Who is the toughest defender in the EuroLeague?
I would say Dunstan.
Your favorite EuroLeague player to guard?
Favorite EuroLeague player to guard? That's a lot. I mean, a lot. All the guards. I like to guard. The guards because it's fun because they are very talented and very skilled. So you don't know, what's gonna come. You think that but it can come something else. Shred, Chato, and Mike James. All those guys, they are very, very skilled, and so it's not easy, but it's fun. It's fun to guard them.
Which players would you pick for EuroLeague's current best EuroLeague starting 5?
This year, I would say Shane Larkin this year. He had an amazing season. Even if he plays for FS, we're talking.
Yeah.
So Shane Larkin, I like Kelata's game. So Mike James is having a great season. Also, at many seasons before. 3 more.
2 more.
What did I say?
You said Mike James, Shane Larkin, and Nick.
I have to say, Mirotic and Milutinov.
Who, in your opinion, is the most clutch EuroLeague player right now?
I think I would say Larkin. I think these games like 10 threes and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah. Um, then we have two what-if scenarios: thumbs up or thumbs down on EuroLeague having an All-Star game, like a Team Europe versus a Team World format.
thumbs up for sure because I would love it. It would be great,
Yeah.
change to the EuroLeague structure. The season just make enjoy for just have fun with it.
Yeah. Thumbs up or thumbs down on EuroLeague getting rid of the Final Four format and following NBA's playoff format, like having a best of five, let's say, finals.
I don't know. This is like I'm on this one in the middle. I would
Yeah.
see the playoff format, but again, the final format, it has it's something special. You can surprise.
Yeah.
I think that the floor it doesn't show that the best team all season wins. The EuroLeague, the NBA playoff format would show it.
Yeah.
The one team is very dominant, so they would prove it. Playoffs on best of 7 or I don't know best of 5. But the final four, it's, like Žalgiris was in the final four. They can surprise. We there, so okay, it was different in EuroLeague, but again, different teams can and you can surprise if you have your moment end of the season.
One EuroLeague player you'd love to see play in the NBA.
I would like to see Nikola Milutinov to go and see how we're gonna do there.
And then another what-if scenario is: would an elite EuroLeague team make the Eastern Conference playoffs in the NBA?
This is also a tough question. I don't know because it's a different kind of basketball. I think it would take forever, a lot of time to adjust the NBA style of basketball for the EuroLeague. I mean, there could be possibility, but again, it's a lot of games. It's not easy to make it.
Who was your favorite player growing up?
I was always saying, Dirk Nowitzki because and stuff. But to be honest, I never watched basketball until I went to Serbia. So I didn't know anything until really, came and then really that I can play professionally. So I mean, tough question. So but Nowitzki, it's
yeah. I read somewhere, I don't know if it's true, that you said some years ago that you implemented your game like Blake Griffin played. You did the same thing in Europe. If I would have asked you which NBA player do you think your game is similar to, would you say Blake Griffin?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, my game right now is different of him, more of a four-man, he has range. So no, but I know why you're saying this because of the interview on the draft, and I mean they asked me like, do you think the American European Blake Griffin? And I joked with it, I said no, Blake.
Yeah.
So I was just saying, just throwing some fun with jokes. I mean, I was never, trying to attack somebody or just to talk trash. I don't know.
Yeah. And then my final question is, why did you choose number 24?
Why I choose? Back in the day, okay, I'm born on April 24th. In Czech Republic, we have also name day. So I am 24th of June. So this is also 22, 24th. My little sister, is born on 24th of May. So I mean, because a lot of 24th, so I decided I stayed with it.
Our editor-in-chief, Nikos Varlas, just commented if you realize that your voice sounds very similar to Zeljko Obradovic's.
My voice?
Yeah.
I don't know, like maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, yeah. Well, anyway, thank you. That was it. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. It was fun.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Nikos Valas was saying that I would have fun, and I didn't believe him. Now I believe.
Yeah, thank you so much. It means a lot that you were here, and we'll talk soon. Stay safe.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was Jan Vesely, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here in another Eurohoops Lockdown episode. Until next time, stay safe.